Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 5 in the NFL. Right now we're talking with Big Al McMordie from BigAl.com, who had a great week at his site. And in our videos last week, he gave us 3 picks. All of them were big covers, 3-0 against the spread, and right now he's going to take 2 NFL games. Al McMordie, thanks for being back with us.
Thanks, good to be here, Peter.
All right, yeah, we discussed last week. You were super honest about how you got off to a kind of a slow start in the NFL season, which doesn't mean much because you have a long track record going back many years of doing very well in the NFL. So it's not a big surprise at all that you had a huge week last week in the NFL. So tell us a little bit about that. How did you do this past week at your site?
Well, it was a terrific week. We were 5-1. We won our NFL total of the month on the over in the Atlanta-Minnesota game. That game was almost over by halftime. It was a pretty easy winner there. And yeah, we going into last week, we were 4-11 in the NFL. We were 5-1 last week, so now it's 9-12 for the season. Still not where I want to be, especially after going 83-57 last year. But when you add 83-57 to 9-12 over the last 1+ seasons, that's 92. And 69, I think most people would take that for sure.
All right, sounds good. Al, hopefully you'll have a good record again with us this week, but it's interesting you picked this game to cover, Arizona-Denver, because I'm looking at this game. It scares me either way of the side or the total. Right now, Denver is a 7-point home favorite. Total is 48.5 or 49, and both these teams are off a bye, right? And, obviously Denver at home, they should have a big edge, but, a 7-point favorite. They are 0-3 against the spread so far in the year, so they've been a little bit overvalued, at least to date. Are they overvalued here? I'm not exactly sure. I don't have a good read on this game. What will Denver's game plan be? Obviously, they should have a big edge here. Is it a big enough edge to justify a play on them at -7? I don't really know. It seems like a pass to me, but I'm sure that your technical analysis can shed some good light on these lines. What do you have for us, Al?
Well, you're sort of taking some of the words out of my mouth. Last season, of course, Denver was such a strong team against the spread. It went 11-7 with a push, including 6-3-1 ATS at home. This season, as you mentioned, the Broncos, they may be a tad overrated as they've dropped all 3 of their games to the point spread, although their loss versus the Colts was by a single point. Their loss to the Seahawks was by just 2 points in overtime. So perhaps it's a bit of an overreaction to be worried about the Broncos' 0-3 point spread ledger. Arizona does come into this game off back-to-back upset wins over the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. So the knee-jerk reaction might be to play on the Cardinals, once again in the underdog role. Unfortunately, teams traveling on the road off back-to-back upset wins are a very soft 46-70 against the spread, going all the way back to 1980 versus non-division foes. For that reason, primarily, I'm going to lay the points with Denver. I'm also, I guess I should say grateful that the line's only, 7 points, or I wouldn't want to lay more than 7, because as we saw with the Indianapolis game, that line opened at 7, it kind of moved to 8, and then Denver got beat by by that extra point. So if you can get the number at 7, I like Denver minus the points.
All right, that's an interesting historical stat, Al. But I'm wondering, does that take buys into consideration as well? Because
it does. It doesn't matter whether a team had a buy off any of their off any of those previous 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's just looking like Arizona is. I mean, anytime in the NFL you see like a pretty decent team getting pretty decent points, I'm always thinking, all right, how can you bet against that? But in this situation, we do have that. But you think Denver is the player -7?
Yeah, I would take Denver -7 or less.
All right, Al McMordie from BigAl.com. Thanks so much.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.